Okay, when we get our CE3 cartomizers, in the box we're going to find 5 sealed CE3 cartomizers. We're going to get a syringe with 2 blunt tip needles, a mini drip tip, and an instruction card. Now, it's very important to follow these instructions to the letter, otherwise you could end up with some leaks. Now, let's get into actually how to fill this. As far as filling the syringe, the easiest way I've found is to actually just take your e-juice and fill up the cap. So we're going to use our liquid volt here, and I just fill up the cap, and I usually just fill it up all the way. Anything you don't use, you can put back in the bottle later. Okay, and then just take your syringe, put it in, and slowly draw the juice up into the syringe. Now again, the thicker the juice that you're using, the little bit longer it's going to take to fill it up. But just let the syringe actually do the work, and don't try to force it in there. Okay, now once I have it filled, I just turn it upside down, get the air out, and then I like to use a tissue and clean off the needle to make sure I have a clean fill. Okay, now when you get your CE3, you're going to notice up inside of there's some primer. That primer, you can either rinse it out with some water, or you could blow it out, or you can also vape it out. Now, when you do vape it out, it does have a nasty burnt taste, so just be aware of that, and it will go away. Okay, now to fill this up, we're going to take off our end cap, and I usually just use my needle. And if we look up inside, you can see inside where the air tube is, and just like with your cartomizers and your clearmizers, we don't want to fill our juice in there. We're actually going to fill the juice down that little fill hole on the side. Okay. Now, also, when you do fill it up, we want to fill it up to about here. Okay, right about where that hole is for the juice to get into the coils. Okay. Now, the best way to do this, again, they must be filled upside down. If you fill it the other way, it's not going to fill up right, and it'll leak everywhere. Okay, so what you want to do is just turn it upside down. Take your syringe, put it in the fill hole. Now, when you first do, the first time, it may be a little bit harder to get the needle through. And then you can see in here, you don't want to push it all the way in. You just want to have that needle come a little bit in past the silicone seal. Then just turn it upside down, hold the top of the syringe, and slowly fill it up. Again, you don't want to do it too quickly. Once you get up to your mark, you can stop depressing the plunger. Go ahead and take it off. And what I like to do is actually use a tissue. And again, just make sure I didn't get any juice up in the tip. Sorry about that. Just clean out anything I may have dripped in the top. Now on these, you can use the mini drip tip that it came with. Fits nicely. You could use the soft drip tips that SmokelessImage sells. You can also use any standard 510 901 drip tip. Or what I personally like to use is just the little end caps. Okay. And they are designed to work with your 65mm batteries. They are the same width as a cartomizer. They'll work with your 78mm batteries, both the standards and the automatics. And they will also work with all 3 sizes of the X2 pass-through battery. In addition, you can use your cones, and what you want to do is just put your CE3 on first, then put your cone on. Okay. If you want to use a regular drip tip, make sure you put the cone on first and then put the drip tip. Some of the different drip tips won't actually fit through the tip of the cone. Okay. And that's how you fill the CE3 Cartomizer.